Please subscribe to my channel and click on the bell icon to get the regular updates of my channel, and do not forget to like, comment and share. Hello everyone, welcome back to SaaS with ServiceNow. This is ServiceNow Flow Designer Training. As I mentioned in my last video, in this lesson I will be creating different flows by using different types of triggers. The focus will not be on the actions. The focus will be on different types of triggers we have in Flow Designer and how can you use them practically in ServiceNow. The first type of trigger is record is created. You will use this type of trigger when you want to perform some actions, when any particular record will be created in a particular table, by mentioning some conditions as well. So let's see how can you utilize this record is created. I will quickly go to the Flow Designer. Now here I will create a new flow. So I will click on new, I will click on flow, and here I will mention demo.record.is.created. And I will just submit it for now, because I don't want to give any other configurations or any other properties. I think this is the simplest one. I will just give the name, that's it. And then now here it is giving me opportunity to select the trigger. So my flow is created. I will select the trigger and here I will select record created. So this is done. Now here I will select the table. Let's see, we will do it for incident table. So I will select incident. Incident table is selected. And then I can put filter. So in that case, I will mention short description starts with network. So whenever an incident will be created and the short description will start with network keyword, what exactly it should do. But as of now, I am putting the triggering point that this flow should be triggered when record will be created an incident table, and if the short description is also starting with network, in that case this flow will be triggered. So I will click on done. So I'm done with triggering. And then I will perform any action. Let's say I will do create or update a record, not create one. So here I have update record. Now I will update the same record which I am creating here. So I will select it and then I will update the assignment group. So assignment group should be network automatically. So I have mentioned network assignment group, and then I am clicking on done. I'm done with this. So this flow will be triggered when incident will be created and short description starting with network keyword. So I'm clicking on save, and now we will do a quick test, and I will activate it. It is activated. I will go to my incident list and I will create a new incident. So I will click on create new. Form is opened and I will just start with, so I have to trigger that flow. But in the meantime, what I will do in order to see whether my flow is triggered or not, so what I will do, I will click on executions. Here you can see no flow is executed, like none of the flow is getting executed. So in that case, I will just maybe create a new incident. I will select a caller and here I will mention I have network issue. Now, do you think it will trigger that flow? No. The reason behind it, if I save this, nothing will be triggered. The reason behind it, because condition is not matching. Now let's say I click on create new again, and this time I start this short description with network keyword. So network is down. That's a short description I'm taking. And what I will do, I will just save this. So I'm creating the incident. Once I will create it, and you can see short description is definitely starting with network keyword, I will go here and check whether my flow got triggered or not. If I click this, absolutely, you can see that the flow got triggered. Why it got triggered? The reason behind it, because incident was created and it also got the same condition. That means short description is starting with network keyword. That's the reason this particular flow got triggered. And if I go here, you can see the magic that we have network assignments group updated in the incident automatically, and this happened because of this flow. I didn't have to write single code, and as per the condition, that means this is how you can use this record is created. So whenever you want to take some action, if any record is getting created with some conditions as you want, as per the requirement you have, then you can perform different action, not just updating of records. You can definitely perform multiple actions. And as I mentioned earlier, we definitely have a different section of different types of actions we have in Flow Designer, which you can use. The next trigger is record is updated. This trigger is used when you want to perform some action when any particular record is getting updated by a user or maybe via system. And you have also provided some conditions. If condition is matched and record is also updated, in that case, you can perform the action and you can create a flow to achieve that functionality. So let's see in my personal developer instance, how can you achieve this? So I will create a flow. I will just copy the name here because I will just use the same type of name. And here I will mention record is updated. And I will click on submit. Flow is created. And then I will use the trigger. So I will select the trigger as record updated. And I will select the table. And this time we will select again incident table. And we will add a filter. And what we will do, let's say we have category. So if category changes from, I think you can use changes from, or maybe changes to network. That's better. Changes to network. That means now if somebody is updating the category on the incident and it is changing to network, then it should trigger it. It should trigger this particular flow. So I will click on done, and I think you can also mention one thing, and assignment group is not, I think that is better. Assignment group is not network. So what do you want to do? If assignment group is not network and category is getting changed to network, in that case, it should trigger this flow. And what it should do, and we will utilize the same one, update record action. And I will update the same record. And I will select assignment group. And we will select network directly. So we will update the assignment group if assignment group is not network and we are changing the category to network. So I will click on done. I will click on save. I will click on activate to activate it. This is activated. I will go here. And now I think I can use the similar incident. So you can see we have this incident assigned to network group, or maybe we can open any existing incident where assignment group is not network. So let's see this one. And if I just open this, so you can see category is inquiry/help, and we don't have any assignment group. That means it is not even network. So in that case, if I have to trigger that flow, So let's say I'm an end user, or maybe I'm an IT user, and now I'm changing this category to network. And if I'm changing this category and assignment group is not network, in that case, it will definitely trigger that flow. So in the meantime, I can just open the execution as well. So nothing is getting executed right now. So I will click here and I will save this record. If I will save this, this will definitely trigger that flow. And you must have seen that. Yes, it already got completed. And if I will come here, you can see we got this assignment group populated automatically. The reason behind it, because this flow got triggered because condition was matched. Because we changed it to network and the assignment group was empty. That means it was not network. That's the reason it got triggered and it took that action which we have mentioned in the flow. The next trigger is record is created or updated. You can use this type of trigger. When you want to perform some action, either ticket is being, maybe a record in a table is getting created or it is updated. Because if I talk about the previous two flows, in those cases, in those type of trigger, in created one, it will only perform that action when record is getting created. And in second one, where we have mentioned updated, now that action will only be performed when record will be updated. Now in third one, if you want to perform some action, either a record is getting created, maybe new record is getting created, or any existing record is updated, maybe with the similar condition. In that case, it will trigger the flow. So let's see how exactly you can use record created or updated and perform some action in my instance. So I will go to Flow Designer and I will just deactivate this one, but I will just copy the name. So I will deactivate this flow, close this, and both the flows which we recently created, they are inactive. So I will click here, click on flow, and here I will mention updated, or maybe I will mention created or updated. And then I can click on submit. So flow is created, and here I can select the trigger as record created or updated. So I will select that, and I will select, let's say I will select same incident table. Now here I will mention short description starts with network. Now in this case, when a new incident is getting created and short description starts with network keyword, then it will trigger that flow. At the same time, if we have any existing incident and we are updating the short description, maybe that particular incident does not have a short description starting with network keyword. In that case, if I update the short description and I put this network keyword in the beginning of the short description, in that case, same flow will be triggered. So in both the situations. So I will just click on done, and then I will perform some action, and that will be update record. So I will select the same record which will be created or updated, and I will mention value, and that will be assignment group, and I will update the assignment group. Done, and I will click on save so that I can save this flow. This is saved. I will click on activate to activate it quickly. It is activated now, and I go here. Now this time I will show you two different scenarios. One is creation, another one is updation. So I will click on this new button, and I will select any caller, and I will start this. Network is down, and I will just save this. So I'm creating this incident, and this will definitely trigger that flow. You can also see that if I will click on execution, yes, that this flow has triggered for this particular incident. And we can also see that if I click on this, if I click on this I button, you can see we have the same incident. Now I will close this, and you can see this assignment group is also updated. That means our flow got completed. Now we have second scenario in which I will update any existing incident. So I will maybe go to any open one, and I will maybe let's see this one. So here it is already assigned to network cab managers, and we have this test for FD, and we have category as network. But what I will do network is down. I'm updating in this particular incident this time. Now this is not the new incident, this is existing incident, and we already have assignment group. But as per the flow, if short description is starting with network keyword, during creation or updation, it should perform the action which we have mentioned, and that is update of assignment group. So if I update this will trigger the flow. And if I go to executions, yes, you can see it queued up. So it has been added in the queue now, and it got completed as well. And if I open this, let's see which record it is showing. Yes, same record. So our flow got triggered for the same record. And if I will come to this ticket, you can see here that assignment group is updated automatically. The reason behind it, because we updated this record, this field where this condition is also being matched, and that's the reason it triggered the flow, and flow performed the action, and that action was to update the assignment group. The next type of trigger in flow is scheduled, which you can use to trigger a flow anytime you want as per the requirement you get. You can trigger the flow daily, weekly, monthly, or you just want to run it once, or you want to repeat it maybe every 2 hours, 1 hour, depending on the kind of requirement you get. Overall, this is not dependent on the record. That's the reason it is not a record type of trigger. It is independent of a record based trigger. You can trigger it anytime you want. So let's see how exactly you can use this type of trigger in my personal developer instance. Moreover, I will not show you all the examples because I can't run all these flows together, because I have to wait. If I will select weekly, then I have to wait for it. If I will select daily, but I will try to select any kind of timing so that I can maybe run it in just next 1 minute. So let's see, but let's see in my personal developer instance that how exactly you can create a schedule type of trigger flow in ServiceNow. So I will click on new and click on flow, and here I will select record as not. We will not mention the record, and here I will just select scheduled one. That's it. And I will click on, or maybe I will select here system user, not the user who initiates the session. So I will click on submit, and here we can select the trigger. So flow is created. I will select the trigger as, and here we have scheduled daily, weekly, monthly, run once, or repeat it. So if I click here, and you can see I can also repeat it every day or maybe every 2 hours. I can run it every minute, every second. That is also I can do. I think I can't use every second, else it will create multiple records if I will select that kind of action. So what I will do, maybe in order to show you, I think I can just I think overall this functionality will definitely run, right? As I mentioned, as per the schedule you select, like if I select weekly, so you can select that particular day. And if I'll select, let's say daily, I can select the particular time as well, the daily at what time it should trigger. I can select monthly as well, that which day you want to select and what time you want to trigger this. That is also you can select. And run once is just, you can select that on which date it should trigger. That's it, that you can select here. And as I mentioned here, you can also repeat it. So I will just select maybe repeat it, and I will select 12 hours. So this is the trigger I have mentioned. I will click on done. Now what exactly I will do? So this will trigger. So this flow will be triggered every 12 hours. Every 12 hours. But what action it will take, that you can mention here. So let's say I will create an incident. Just an example. So I want to make it simple because our overall goal is to understand the schedule. So I will just mention here, maybe I will create a racket. So we have this create racket action, and I will select here incident. Now what kind of incident I want to create? So I will mention caller, and here I will mention maybe this user every time, and I can maybe add another value. I will mention assignment group as well, and this will assign to, let's say, application development. And then I will mention assign to as well. Let's say this Abraham Lincoln. That's fine. So we have caller this, and we will also update short description. And I will mention this is a reminder. That's it. And I will click on done. So I'm done with the action, and I'm done with this trigger. So this overall means that every 12 hours, this will run this flow and it will perform this action. But I will not be able to wait for next 12 hours. So what I will do, I will just test this particular flow by using this test button. So I will save this flow now, and then I will click on test. Now what it will do, if I will click on run test, it will automatically trigger the flow because there is no racket operation involved in this flow. You don't have to update any racket to trigger this flow. This will run every 12 hours without dependency of any particular racket operation. So in that case, I will just click on run, and this will definitely execute this flow. I can also click here to see the detail. It says error occurred while okay. It's because abort change. Okay, because abort changes on group. That's fine. It gave me some error because of some, I think some maybe data policy. So what I will do, I will maybe remove this assign to. So I have maybe that assign to is not part of this group. That's the reason it is giving this error. So I have caller, I have assignment group, I have short description. I think that's it. And I will click on save. Let's see if this time I'm able to create the incident, and I will click on run. It is running. If I come here, yep, it got completed. You can see it got completed. So it got triggered. Now it is still showing you this particular repeat, but it is just the condition that it should trigger every 12 hours. And now it is also performing the action. So it created the racket, and that racket is this one. If I come here, I go to the list of incident rackets, and yes, you can see we got this. This is a reminder. So you can see we have this assignment group updated, we have this short description updated, even the caller is updated. So that's how you can use schedule as per your requirement, like to create, to perform different type of actions. And as I mentioned, I will be showing you different types of actions we have in Flow in ServiceNow in my next section. The next trigger is inbound email. Now this inbound email flow trigger, it is similar to inbound action functionality we have in ServiceNow. And the only difference is that in inbound action, you have to write the code in order to perform some action. But if you will use inbound email in Flow, then you won't have to use any kind of coding. You can perform different types of action with just all those configurations. So in that case, let's see how exactly you can utilize, you can use inbound email trigger in Flow Designer in ServiceNow. So in order to create the flow, we will click on new and flow, and here I will provide the name, that is demo.inbound.email, and I will click on submit. Now here in trigger, I will go to application. Under application, you will see this inbound email trigger. So I will select this inbound email. Now it will provide me the action, because I can't perform this action for every email. So I have to provide some condition. So when exactly it will trigger this, I will utilize the subject which I will get from the email. So if subject starts with network keyword, network, in that case it will trigger the flow. And I will mention here, I will create a record. Maybe I will create a task, and here I can mention incident, and I will add a value. That will be, maybe I will start with caller. Caller, I can put static, maybe able tutor, and then I can mention maybe short description. Now here, with the help of this data pill, what you can use, the data which you are getting from that email. So I can select the subject. So now short description will be similar to the subject we are getting via email. And then I will also provide the assignment group. Now assignment group would be network. That's it. Wait, no, I can just click on done, and I can just save this, and I will activate it as well. Now what I will do, I will mark an email from my Gmail to this instance. But before that, let me go to the email logs so that we can see when exactly we will receive that particular email. So here is the email logs created on today. It will definitely show you the inbound email as well. Maybe I will do one thing. Let me just quickly check the email properties. So we have this email properties. Inbound is enabled. Okay, so in that case, I can just go back then. And now I will send an email to this instance, which is dev72233 at servicenowdevelopers.com. So I will just copy this and I will send the email. So I have marked an email to this instance, and I will see when exactly I will receive that email. And you can see that we have received the same email which I have sent from my Gmail. So let's see. So we have this subject network, you can see that, and it came from my email address. And if I click on this preview HTML body, now this was the body of my email. This is a demo for YouTube. And what I can do, let's see if it is processing my email or not. So if I go a little bit bottom, I think it is still trying to process it. Let's see if it will be able to process this particular email or not. So you can see that we have this particular log here. Trigger, this will execute the flow. That means flow has been executed. How can we check that? Maybe we'll come here, we will click on execution. Yes, and it got completed as well. If I click on here, you can see it got completed, and we can see the which record got created. It created this particular incident record. And if I will come here, if I will go to maybe incident list, and yes, it created this incident record with that particular flow. You can see short description is network. I have the scholar as well. Assignment group is updated, and I think we don't have email, but if I check here, I think, yes, I think it is not showing on the log. That's fine. But overall, we got this incident created as per the flow which we have created over here. Now, one thing you must have noticed, that if I will go to the email logs and if I reload this, you can see it is not updating this target. Normally when you update or when you process the inbound action, in that case you will always see this updated. So in that case, what you can do in your flow, and that's how you can change the action. Now after this creation, you can just quickly update the record. Same record which basically coming over here. So you can just select this inbound action, same email record, and here you can just mention the value, and that value is basically target record. The target, and which record you need to select here. Just create a task, that's it. If you will do this configuration, then you will definitely see that record here as well. That means that particular incident record will be referenced in this particular field automatically. So this is how you can use inbound email in order to process different emails your system, your instance is receiving from different type of users. For different tables, you can process different emails. The next trigger is service catalog. As you know, you can use a workflow in service catalog. So when someone submits a catalog item and that catalog item has associated workflow, then that workflow will be triggered for that particular catalog item. Similarly, you can also tag flow as well to a catalog item. That means rather than workflow, you can execute a catalog item, you can process a catalog item with a flow as well. And that's the reason we have this separate trigger for a particular application, that is service catalog. That's an application type of trigger which is specific to an application, that is service catalog. So let's see how you can use service catalog trigger in my personal developer instance. To show you the example of service catalog flow, I will not directly create the flow first. I will create the catalog item first. So what I will do, I will quickly go to the catalog item. So I will select service catalog we have here. I will go to maintain items, and then I will create a new catalog item. So I will click on new, and here I will provide demo.catalog.flow. And then I can just save this. And if you will go to this process engine, here it will give you opportunity to select the flow. But as of now, we have not created the flow, so I'm not selecting it right now. But what I will do, I will quickly create variables. So I will not show you end-to-end catalog flow because I'm just showing you the example that how you can use it for different types of triggers. So I'm just maybe select just one variable for now just to show you the example of triggering. We will definitely use and see different types of service catalog examples as well, but that you will see later in later sections. So here I will mention maybe provide email. So I will mention that, and this will be single line text. I think we also have email one. Yes, we also have email one. So I will mention provide email, and I will mention order as one, and I will submit it. That's it. Just one variable. And I will do one thing. I will select the flow here, but for that I have to create the flow. So I will come to Flow Designer, click on this, and I will mention demo.catalog.flow. And I think I can just mention the name of this. I think let's leave it for now. I think we can just keep as is. And then I can just click on submit. And here I will select the trigger. Now for trigger, I will select service catalog. So we have type of trigger as service catalog. Here we have advanced options. I don't need that. I will just select done. And I will do one thing. I will just select actions. Now for service catalog, I definitely have separate actions. So you can see we have service create catalog task, get catalog variables. So I definitely want to get catalog variables. So I will click on get catalog variables. And here I will select, I think we will go with the request item. So I will select the request item over here. And here I will select template catalog item. Do I need any kind of template? Yes, I need to select that particular catalog item which we just created, and that will be demo. Yeah, we have this one. Now this will provide me all the variables. As of now, we just created one variable. So I will select this. That's it. And I will click on done. Now what I will do, I will send an email. So I will select this send email action. And here I have target racket. So maybe I will select any target racket I want. I think it is not mandatory. So maybe I will not select it. I will just mention get variables. Here I will select this one. So here it will mention the email address. And I can mention test for demo. And if I select target racket, I think I can still select target racket maybe. Yes, I will tag it to that requested item racket which will be created when user will submit that catalog item. So I will do that and I will just make it done. And maybe you want to write more, maybe body. This is a demo. That's it. And I will click done here and I will click on save. And I will click on activate. Now, once you are done with creation of flow, you need to also refer this flow, tag this flow in your catalog item so that it can trigger the same flow. So in that case, I will just mention demo. I got the flow here now, and I will just click on save. So when user will submit this flow, this particular catalog item, then this flow will be triggered and I can go to executions as well. You can see nothing is getting executed right now, and I will click on try it. And I will provide the email address because it will ask me to provide that input. So I will just mention test dot maybe at gmail.com. And I will just click on order now. If I will click on order now, this will definitely execute the flow. And I click here, it is not yet executed. So I can just maybe open this and see requested item is created. If I do this, yes, absolutely. It triggered the flow and it also got completed. But what exactly it did? It sent an email. And I can see that as well. Let's open this one. Maybe it will show in the logs. I think it's not showing in the logs. Maybe because of some issue. I will check it later. Not right now. But we can still check email logs, whether it triggered the email or not. I will click here. And I can say yes. So this one is basically out of the box email, but this one was triggered as per the flow. So I can just open it. You can see the reference racket as well, and this is the recipient which we mentioned, that test@gmail.com. This is the subject, and we have body as well. You can see this is the body, and if I click on this preview HTML body, now this is a demo. So this is how you can also utilize service catalog flow as well. That means flow for service catalog. And this is the trigger. Basically, you can select service catalog in the trigger and use it in your catalog item and just process different types of service catalog items as per the requirement you get from your customers and clients. This is how you can create different types of flows by using different types of triggers as per the requirement you get from your customers and clients. Thank you and have a great day.